My name is Tom Thinnis. I'm the Director of Recruitment Marketing Outreach for the WMU College of Aviation. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us tonight on what promises to be an unforgettable event filled with recognition, gratitude, and maybe even a few aviation jokes and puns. There is a reason I'm paid to recruit students and not perform stand-up. But however, Dr. A, don't worry, they've all passed the safety check. But please be aware that that safety check was Jason to George, so I'm not sure anymore, but anyway, I'd like to, everyone, if you would, please welcome to the stage Dr. Raymond Thompson, Dean of the College of Aviation, for a few words.
Thank you, Tom. I'll save any jokes and defer those to Jason. He's got a whole slew of dad jokes. I know when he's up here, he won't be able to resist at least one of those. Well, good evening. Oh, you a little better than that. Good evening. There we go. Well, welcome honorees and guests to the College of Aviation Annual Hall of Honor and Excellence in Diversity Award recognition. Let's express some appreciation to the event committee, line services, student employees, and all those who have made tonight's event happen. It takes many hours to put this on, so please. Hall of Honor inductees have demonstrated exceptional contributions, achievements, or service within the aviation field and to the College of Aviation. Excellence in Diversity inductees have made significant efforts to broaden what the face of aviation looks like. Increasing diversity in aviation requires intentional efforts to build an environment where everybody feels welcome, valued, heard, and respected. It thrives on the idea that diverse teams produce more innovative solutions as they draw from a wider array of experiences and viewpoints. Lately, the concept of diversity has been under attack. Diversity is being equated with the hiring of unqualified people simply because they don't look like what traditionally aviation has. The College of Aviation will continue to broadly search for candidates to work for us. We're not afraid of having a diverse body of students, faculty, and staff. And by attracting that diverse group, we do our part in helping to change what aviation will look like in the future. These are core ideals in the college, and we will continue to pursue them. Our honorees tonight represent the best in aviation and support that fosters student success. Enjoy your evening. Thank you for attending, and go Broncos.
Thank you, Dr. Ray. Now, we're going to get this celebration started. So dinner is ready, and we're going to be releasing tables shortly. So please remain seated, and we will begin the boarding process. So think of it as a controlled departure sequence. I told you they're going to be pretty bad. But anyway, the bar will stay open throughout dinner, so feel free to enjoy it at your leisure. However, it will close during the presentation, so make sure you refuel before we taxi into the program. I'll give you a 10-minute warning before we begin. Tom and Stacy will go ahead and start releasing tables. Enjoy your dinner, and we will begin a little bit later. Chance to truly appreciate the remarkable individuals who have shaped aviation and supported the College of Aviation. Every year I walk away inspired by their stories, their achievements, and their unwavering commitment in lifting others higher. I've had the privilege of serving on this committee since its inception, and that means I've had a front row seat to the dedication and creativity that makes tonight possible. It's not just an event, it's a celebration of excellence and community. Much like Dr. Ray stated, I'd like to thank my fellow committee members and all those that helped make this event happen. From all of us here to all of you, our sincere appreciation for your passion, your time, and your commitment to making this evening a success. Woo-hoo. Earlier this week, we observed Veterans Day, a time to honor the courage and sacrifice of those who have served our country. Tonight, we want to continue the recognition by thanking all veterans and active military personnel here with us. If you have served or are currently serving, please stand so we can express our gratitude. Your dedication ensures our freedom and the skies we fly Remain open and safe. Thank you all for your service. That's pretty darn cool. Beth, can you forward the slides? All right, there we go. Congratulations, veterans. All right, next one. This event wouldn't be possible without our support of our sponsors. Every great flight needs a strong ground crew, and tonight, that's our sponsors. They keep our engines running. That's one for you. That one's for you, Andy. They keep our engines running and our operations smooth, whether it's getting passengers to their destination or keeping aircraft in top shape. A heartfelt thank you to Delta Propel. Also, Duncan Aviation, Andy Richards, their COO, is here. Thank you very much for sponsoring and being this. Your commitment ensures to our sponsors, their commitment ensures that the College of Aviation continues to climb to new altitudes. We truly appreciate your partnership and the lift you provide to our students and our programs. Before we continue, I'd like to recognize the students and CFIs with us tonight. Their attendance, students, this is coming for you all. Their attendance is made possible through the generosity of our faculty, staff, alumni, and many of the supporters in this room who donated to make their time here possible. Students, I would like you to stand and give a round of applause to all those of our guests, because without them, you'd be eating instant noodles tonight instead of our amazing dinner. Students, please rise and thank everybody else. That's a great showing, and again, they're here because of you all, so thank you all again. WMU is also fortunate to have so many student organizations focused on aviation. These groups are more than clubs. They are communities where leadership, teamwork, and lifelong friendships take flight. Many of our honorees tonight spent time at WMU as part of one or several of these organizations, whether it was the Sky Broncos Precision Flight Team, the Air Race Classic Team, or many others that shaped their careers and character. Their success is a testament to the foundation built through these student-led initiatives. Over the years, we've seen these organizations grow so much that I don't know how many we have anymore. It seems like every semester a new group takes off, and that's an incredible sign of the passion and diversity within our College of Aviation. At this time, I'd like to ask all students who are members of an aviation-related student organization listed on the screen to please stand. Let's give them a round of applause for their involvement and for continuing the tradition of excellence that connects past, present, and future leaders in aviation. All right, RSOs. One of the most meaningful ways our community supports the College of Aviation is through scholarships. These awards are more than financial assistance. They represent belief in our students and our investment in their future. Tonight, we want to point out the generosity of our donors and the achievements of our scholarship recipients. On the screen, you'll see a list of our aviation-specific scholarships and the students who have received them. I want to take a moment to specifically acknowledge 3 endowed scholarships that have had a lasting impact on our college. The Duncan Aviation Incorporated Aviation Maintenance Scholarship, the Virgil and Maureen Williams Family Aviation Endowed Scholarship, the Warren Miller Distinguished Flying Cross Endowed Scholarship, and the 1939 Aviation Maintenance Scholarship. We are honored to have representatives from these scholarships with us tonight. Would each of you please stand as able when your name is called so we can recognize your incredible support. Andy Richards from Duncan Aviation, Virgil Williams, Amy Capelli, and Anonymous. Anonymous. Man, I had to take a shot. Someday, maybe they'll maybe they'll reveal themselves. Anyway, in addition, we have many donors here tonight who have contributed to the College of Aviation Scholarship and General Funds. Your engagement, generosity, and belief in our mission makes all the difference to our students. If you are a donor, if you've given anything ever to the College of Aviation, please stand as able so we can thank you on as well. On behalf of the College of Aviation, thank you for helping our students' dreams take off. Your support ensures that the next generation of aviation professionals, whether in the flight deck, the hangar, the control tower, or the boardroom, are ready to soar to new heights. So if you've ever donated, please stand up. Let's recognize you. There they are. Here they are. Thank you all very much. All right, now let's fasten your seatbelts. We're about to reach cruising altitude for the highlight of the evening. Tonight, we honor this year's Excellence in Diversity Award recipient and induct our newest members into the Hall of Honor. The Western Michigan University College of Aviation is proud to recognize alumni, faculty, staff, and supporters who have made a lasting impact on the aviation industry and on our college. Two of the highest distinctions we award are the Hall of Honor and the Excellence in Diversity Award. These honors celebrate individuals and organizations whose achievements, leadership, and dedication have elevated the College of Aviation and advanced the industry as a whole. The Excellence in Diversity Award was created to honor individuals or organizations who have demonstrated an unwavering commitment to diversifying the aviation industry. These recipients work tirelessly to increase representation of underrepresented groups, mentor future aviation professionals, and open doors for the next generation. Their impact is measured not in days or months, but in years of service and advocacy that change lives and strengthen our industry. This year, our Excellence in Diversity Award recipient is Jason Wu, a 2011 WMU graduate whose career reflects global citizenship, mentorship, and leadership. Jason's journey began in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and brought him to WMU through the Haneke Institute for Global Education. After graduation, he served as a flight instructor at WMU and Korea Aerospace University, later flying for Compass, Frontier, Delta, and now FedEx as a 767 first officer based in Oakland. Jason is also a founding member of the Professional Asian Pilots Association, which has awarded over $3 million in scholarships and mentors hundreds of aspiring aviators. Fluent in 5 languages, Jason believes aviators make the world smaller and more connected. That's pretty impressive. I'm barely fluent in 1, and Jason can speak 5. Unfortunately, Jason could not be here tonight. He was supposed to send family members who weren't able to come tonight because of sickness. So here to accept the award on his behalf is our very own Jason DeGeorge. Please welcome Jason DeGeorge on stage to accept the 2025 Excellence in Diversity Award on behalf of Jason Wu. Are you coming up? Oh, look at that.
Or we just go back. You want me to say something?
Yeah, please. If you'd like.
I'm just going to say a couple things because Tom really touched on to most of it. I'm Jason DeGeorge. I share the name Jason with Jason, so they picked me to do it. But as I read through Jason's biography, it's really impressive. He was a founding member of PAPA, not the local chapter here, but the national chapter. And that's impressive in itself. And then all the languages he speaks, coming here, as a lot of our international students do, and succeeding, and excelling, and then becoming a Diversity and Excellence Award winner is a testament to how great he is, and that we're very, very lucky to have him to be an alum here at Western Michigan University.
Thanks, Jason.
Short but sweet.
Short but sweet. So Jason's out flying right now, but woo! Oh gosh. Mic, yeah. No, the show's not over. That mic drop was not planned, but okay. Good? Sweet. Unscripted. Here we go. All right. Next, the Hall of Honor recognizes those connected to WMU, alumni, faculty, staff, and industry partners who have achieved exceptional success in their careers or made significant contributions to the College of Aviation. Inductees exemplify respect, distinction, and leadership through professional accomplishments, service, mentorship, and support of WMU's aviation programs. Their influence ensures that our college continues to thrive and inspire future generations. Our first inductee is Jennifer Pritchard. A 1998 WMU graduate and co-captain of the national champion Sky Broncos flight team. Jennifer's career spans WMU as a flight instructor and A&P mechanic, the airline industry, and military service. She currently flies the A320 for Delta Airlines and serves as a lieutenant colonel in the Michigan Air National Guard, with over 2,000 flight hours and 243 combat sorties. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Jennifer Pritchard to the stage.
You make me sound so much cooler than I am.
Oh, you're way cooler than that.
Oh my god. Oh, I have to use this?
If you'd like.
I feel like I talk pretty loud.
I don't know, but it's...
Okay. Hi. This is hard for me. Thank you all for having me here tonight. I'm honestly really humbled to be here. I feel like I'm just really lucky that I've been able to pursue my dreams and hopefully along the way made an impact and helped others. So tonight I really just want to take this as an opportunity to thank all of you, because I look out and see so many faces that have really gotten me to be here today and to where I'm at. First off, I need to thank my family. If you knew my parents, they are the kindest and most generous people I've ever met, and that's why I'm here today. They have instilled in me what's important, that God and family come first, and I truly believe that. So I need to thank God, because without Him, none of this would happen and none of us would be here today. I need to thank my parents, my family, my husband Brian, who knows me and still loves me, which is, I don't know what that says about him. My 3 boys, Derek, James, and Jonathan, you guys have grown into such young, wonderful men, and honestly, I'm just grateful every day for you guys. My friend Pat, who's out there today, when I got this award, Pat called me and said, you know, you're truly old when they start giving you awards. Pat, the only reason you're still my friend is that you're older than I am. Just remember that. And I have all my family is here today. When I see my aunts and uncles, my brothers and sisters, you guys, I love you so much, and I couldn't have done this without you. You have all stepped in. My brother Eric has moved me, I can't tell you how many times. They have plowed my driveway while I was gone. They have watched my dog when Big Blue sent me out to California for training. My aunt and uncles have traveled here today. They have supported me all along the way. We have so much fun with morning coffee and family memories, and I love you all, so thank you. For my Western family, this is where I really learned to fly. It was crazy that, I mean, if you have kids, you know, when they turn 16 and you give them the keys to the car, we were 19 and they gave us the keys to the airplane. I mean, what were they thinking? I know Mark is out there today, and he still has hair. I don't know how that's possible. I really, truly don't. And being a part of the Sky Broncos here, that was the best ever. We flew all across the world. We brought home a national championship, but even bigger than that, we made lasting friendships that I will be forever grateful for. If you've noticed, there's also a few folks in bags tonight. They are members of the serial killers. They are the best attack squadron ever. I am deeply honored and grateful to have served with you all. I can't tell you what we've done, but it truly has been an honor. You have taught me how to work hard, play hard, and when you get that call back that there are men and women going home to their families because of the stuff we've been able to do, it's truly been an honor. So, and really what it all comes down to for me, it's been the experiences. I have stories with almost everyone in this room. I won't bother you with them, but I'm extremely grateful for all of them. I'm extremely grateful for all of you. I thank you all. You've made an incredible difference in my life, and I just want to say it's always a great day to be a Bronco.
That's awesome. Okay. Our next inductee is Greg Hamlink, a 1996 WMU graduate whose leadership in corporate aviation spans more than 30 years. Greg currently serves as director of the Business Travel Center at Whirlpool Corporation and has contributed to WMU as an advisory board member and faculty member. His commitment to mentorship and workforce development has shaped the future of aviation. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a warm welcome as we call Greg Hamelick to the stage. Yeah, if you want to double fist them, baby.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks, Tom. Appreciate the kind words. First of all, I'd like to thank the College of Aviation, specifically Dean Thompson and the Hall of Honor Committee for this honor. I'm really honored to receive this recognition. I don't take it lightly. As there are many other recipients, obviously new recipients in the room tonight, so recognize that. I'm pleased to have my family here with me tonight, so that's great that they're here to help me receive this recognition. Specifically, I'd like to thank my wife, Loretta. Thanks for putting up with me and supporting me on this aviation journey, and for my children who didn't know any better and were kind of born into that aviation journey, right? Regarding the Hall of Honor, I've often said that aviation's a small world, right? There's so many connections within aviation. It's a great networking environment, and the Hall of Honor is no exception. So, honestly, as a WMU grad, I was aware of the Hall of Honor, but really had never really looked into it. Always walked by the wall, saw the names, but never really paid real close attention to the names on the wall or how they got there. So when I was told about the award, I said, you know what, I need to look at who's on that wall and see who I know. And it's kind of ironic, again, that networking side. Almost half of the people who are on that wall are people I know. So I'm gonna call out a few of those folks. Tom Deckard, for many in the room here, great instructor here at Western. I think he was kind of the weed out instructor. The intro to aviation, right? That was a big class. The next year it wasn't so big. So yeah, he was great. I think I had him even for international class. Larry Hoyka, he was a longtime director of maintenance here at Western. I did my oral and practical, my A&P test with Larry. I believe I was his last student that he did an oral and practical with. So great guy. Everybody knows him. And Mark and Scott know this, very dry sense of humor, right? Larry was a great guy, and I ran into him, kind of a fun fact, after he retired, I ran into him at of all things, an estate auction here locally. And I saw an inspection mirror that I wanted, and I was bidding on it. I think the bid started at 50 cents, right? And Larry, unbeknownst to me, he bid me up. And I think I paid $5 for it. But he caught me afterwards. He's like, yeah, I made you pay $5, So he was always kind of that kind of guy. Ron Sackett, longtime instructor here. I think I had him for safety class. I did my multi-engine and commercial ride with Ron. And I remember my instructor at the time, Brad Reynolds, saying, hey, you're going to do this check ride with Ron. If the oral goes a little bit long, maybe you can just distract him. And I said, well, how do I distract him? He goes, well, just talk to him about turkey hunting, and that'll distract him. And sure enough, had that conversation after about an hour of oral. I'm like, all right, this is enough, and started talking about turkey hunting. He said, well, let's go flying. So, Sid Adams Jr., when I was a student at Western, I worked here in Battle Creek. Sid was a local aviation guy here in Battle Creek. I used to service his aircraft, used to fuel his aircraft. He flew a Cessna Cardinal. And then years later, I got to serve with Sid here on the advisory board. So that was really neat to kind of come full circle with Sid. Kurt Swanson. Doc Swanson was a longtime instructor. He was always just that classy guy. He knew a lot about aviation, specifically turbine engines. Pat Benton. I had Pat for a maintenance instructor, and I got maybe a few stories about him later on. Great instructor, and I actually got to teach a class that he taught for me almost 30 years ago. Virgil Williams. Virgil's here tonight, prior recipient. Virgil was the chief pilot at Upjohn. When I was a student at Western, I got an internship with Upjohn. I know Virgil was a huge supporter of that internship program, and that's what really jump-started my career for me. Captain Dave Powell, he was a dean here for a number of years. I can remember talking to Captain Dave, and at that time, Rick Maloney, and talked about starting an advisory board. And those two, I think, were pivotal in starting that a number of years ago, and I was able to participate on that advisory board. Tracy Kapula. Tracy, longtime admin assistant here for the dean, and for our industry advisory board meetings, she coordinated it. She made it happen. Now is at Duncan with Andy, and makes things happen there at Duncan. So it was great to see her on the board. Bob Ardema, Rocket Bob, another longtime instructor here. Again, he taught both pilot classes and maintenance classes. I still run into Rocket Bob, as we called him. I'll see him at Meyer up on West Main in Kalamazoo occasionally if he's shopping. So it's really great to run into guys like him. The Michigan Business Aviation Association. I've been a long-time participant with MBA, primarily working with their maintenance scholarship program, and a number of Western students have received those scholarships. So it's really great to work with them. And since joining Whirlpool, I was asked to be on their board of directors. Randall Rochon. So Randall's a former, he's a Bronco grad as well, and I've had the opportunity to work with Randall on the industry advisory board. And it's great to be able to work with him on the benefits and what we can do from an industry perspective back to the College of Aviation. And then last but not least, again here this evening, Andy Richards with Duncan. I've had the opportunity to be a Duncan customer for over 25 years with 4 different organizations. And how long have you been there, Andy? 28 years. All right. So of his 28 years, I've been exposed to him for at least 25. So it's great to work with Andy. So it's great to be recognized as one of those Hall of Honor recipients. But I think maybe the question for me is, so how did we get here tonight, or maybe more specifically, how did I get here? First of all, I've got to thank my parents. I was adopted when I was 2 months old, and my parents always encouraged me, always pushed me a little bit harder, kind of work outside your comfort zone, and so that was maybe a mantra that was established early for me as a kid. So I had that little bit of that work hard mentality, and that work hard mentality started when I was on the family farm. It was a hobby farm, but as a kid, that's what I thought I was going to do. I was going to be a farmer. But what drew me to aviation? And I thought about that. There was 3 things primarily as a kid that drew me to aviation, because my family was not aviation driven at all. So for me, number one really was the farm next door. Growing up, it was a dairy farm. The farmer had a Cessna 182. He had a grass strip, and I'd see him fly that airplane. But more importantly, the local crop duster used his grass strip to service the local farms with crop dusting. So as a kid, it definitely got your attention when an airplane came low, slow, heavy loaded, full power over the house. So if you've heard a crop duster that has a radial engine with a propeller on it, it's pretty noisy. So having that wake you up first thing in the morning was memorable. Number 2, I had a good friend in middle school, high school, that was into aviation like me, and we used to ride our bikes to the air zoo. And from where I lived, it was a 15-mile bike ride. So that was pretty significant, and always passionate about looking at warbirds. And that came back full circle later on in my career. Probably number 3 for me that got me really interested in aviation was in the year 1986. So for those history buffs in the room, so what are the things that maybe happened in 1986? So for me, I took my first airline flight. Took a family vacation to Florida. And it just so happened that flight took place on January 28 of 1986. So for those in the room that remember that, that was the Space Shuttle Challenger disaster. I got delayed out of Kalamazoo on a flight on a 737. I think we went through Dayton, Ohio. We got delayed in Dayton because they had the airspace shut down for the launch. Made it to Tampa, Florida. and got delayed further for our next leg going to Sarasota. And as a 15-year-old kid, they put us in a Cessna 402 in Tampa to fly us to Sarasota. And if you look back at that day, really clear sky in Florida, cold day, and we actually watched the launch go up from Tampa, which was 129 miles away. So you could see the contrail, and I remember the pilot in that aircraft saying, "Hey, does anybody want to jump up front?" It was a 5 or 6 seater flight going from Tampa to Sarasota, and I said, "Yeah, put me in, I'll jump up front." And as we sat there in the taxiway, we could see the contrail and see what happened with the Challenger disaster. Additionally, in 1986, for those in the room that remember, probably the best movie ever made, Top Gun. That's my kids love that. They've had to suffer through that. But that was another thing as a kid that was really interested in aviation. I'm sure it drove a number of people to pursue aviation. So for me, my passion for aviation came full circle in 1992 when I came to Western. I came to Western with my private pilot's license, but I knew I wanted to formalize that aviation piece, and Western did that for me. So early on in the program, and at that time, you could, just like Jen did probably, you could add the A&P, right? It was an additional, I think, 12 classes or something like that. So I did that. Little did I realize that change or that addition to my curriculum would really drive my future towards a career in aircraft maintenance. So while I was going to school initially at Western, I was still kind of tied to my childhood passion, which was the farm, and I worked on a dairy farm. I milked cows while I was going to Western, still looking for that first job in aviation, and I got that first job actually here in Battle Creek when the line position or line service position opened up next door at Battle Creek Aviation. So that's currently the Western maintenance facility, and I was just in there the other day. It still looks about the same from 30 years ago. And the guys still refer to that as the BCA hangar, ironically. So got that first job, and that taught me a lot about aviation, towing aircraft, fueling aircraft, maintenance of aircraft, fuel quality, assurance, rental aircraft. We even had a Part 135 charter operation that was based out of there. So that was a lot of great experience for me as a fledgling aviator. But in the fall of 1994, another opportunity came up, and that was via an internship with the Upjohn Company in Kalamazoo. And that's where I applied, got the position, and my new boss, who became one of my best mentors in aviation, his name was Dick Bennett. When I asked him, like, hey, what got me the job? And he says, well, your references really got you the job. And two of those references, one was Terry Mischerheisen. Terry was a maintenance instructor here at Western, gave me a glowing recommendation. I didn't realize it. I asked him if I could put him as a reference, and Dick actually called him and asked him for that reference. And the other one was the dairy farmer. What drove me, or what kind of words of wisdom can I give you? Or maybe what instruction can I give you? So I wouldn't hold my current position at Whirlpool if it wasn't, I think, for my involvement, for the mentors that I had in my career, and I wouldn't be able to be back here at Western as a part-time instructor to give back. So I give a lot of credit to those folks. I think for those that are looking at that career in aviation, find that mentor. If you can find that great mentor, work with them, and they'll give you some insight. I think probably one of the most rewarding things for me coming back here as an instructor actually happened earlier this year, the summer graduation for Western. For 3 years, I saw these students go through the Tech Ops program, and I actually got to see them walk at graduation. One of those students was my daughter. She was in 2 of my classes here at Western. So it was really just nice to see things come full circle in that regard. So again, how do you do this? How do you maybe make this happen? What should be your mantra? So here's maybe some notable quotes or thoughts that I thought might bring things into perspective. So all you have to do is decide what to do with the time that's given to you. We don't get to choose how long we are here. We don't know how many sunrises or sunsets we have left. You don't get to rewind, pause, or skip the hard chapters. All you get is now, right? Remember, today is the tomorrow you worried about yesterday. There's no cheating on an exam when it comes to flying or working on aircraft. Unlike academic tests where cheating might get you a passing grade, compromise in integrity in aviation has severe and potentially fatal consequences, and we see that. Aviation is built on a foundation of trust, integrity, and accountability. So I'll wrap up my thoughts with an aviation analogy, and this is an interactive part of my presentation for tonight. So for my pilots in the room, so when you have an aviation emergency, right, in the airplane, what are the three things you do? Say that louder. Kurt, thank you very much. Appreciate that. It's Kurt, one of my senior national captains in the back room. So aviate, navigate, communicate. And I think we can apply that to our personal lives, right? So from an aviate perspective, prioritize yourself, maybe with your career in aviation and the direction you're going to go. It's what you make of it. What about navigate? Set a clear direction and then go down that path. And then finally communicate. Engage with others about your goals and your needs. Seek out a mentor. They'll help to point you in the right direction. So again, thank you for your time tonight and for this Hall of Honor recognition. Go Broncos.
Our final inductees represent a historic moment for WMU, and it's kind of like the two for the price of one. The 2005 Air Race Classic team, Sarah Wagner and Erica White. These two aviators showcase skill, determination, and teamwork in the nation's premier all-women's cross-country air race. Their careers continue to inspire future generations of women in aviation. Ladies and gentlemen, please lead me in a warm welcome for Sarah Wagner and Erica White to the stage.
Hi, everyone. Thank you very much for this wonderful honor. Thank you, College of Aviation, for giving me the opportunity to participate in the 2005 Air Race Classic. I had it was a wonderful experience, and I will never forget that opportunity. Thank you very much for recognizing our team. Sarah and I had a great time together as friends, co-pilots, and we learned a lot. I learned a lot from Sarah. It was an amazing time, so thank you. And another little thank you to my parents for allowing me to move across the state and pursue my dream in flying and become a pilot, and go Broncos. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for inviting us to be here. This is absolutely amazing. I spent 7 years of my life here in this location and haven't been here in 18 years, and the place has changed. It's beautiful. It's like coming home, honestly, being back here. It's really cool. I wanted to thank my mom and dad for being here tonight and also for their love and support over the years. I am here because of them. So thank you. And I wanted to say to all you young people here that are current students, this is a wonderful place to learn and grow, and the friends that you have here are going to be your future colleagues. Aviation is a very small community. It seems huge, it seems global. You will run into each other, and you will find a friend's resume come across your desk at some point, and you may be the one that gets them a job someday. So keep these connections. They are invaluable. And this is where I met my husband of how many years? 19 years. We met here at school. Erica met her husband here at Western, at flying here in Battle Creek. And we now each have 2 beautiful children. And very grateful for the friends and opportunities and connections that we've made here. And just thank you for being, allowing me to be a part of the Hall of Honor. This is really very touched, very humbled. It was, being in the air race was an incredible experience, and I was so happy I got to do it with my best friend. So again, thank you, and enjoy your evening.
I'm gonna date myself. So for all of you that have saw the movie Wayne's World, all I can say is, I'm not worthy. We're not worthy. And for those of you students in here, go watch Wayne's World. It's a great movie. So anyway, that is going to bring us to our end here. So with this incredible evening, I want to thank you all for being here to celebrate these amazing individuals and the impact they've had on aviation and on the College of Aviation. Nights like this remind us why this community is so special. Before we wrap up, a few quick things. First, we're going to need all of our honorees and the Aviation Recognition Dinner Committee members and the College of Aviation senior leadership to gather up front for the required photo ops. So I'm sorry, but we got to do the photos. I guarantee this will include a lot of gate changes, delays, and seat adjustments, but it'll all be good to make sure we get the best pictures possible. Second, the bar is going to be open as we end the night, so for anyone who wants to enjoy one last nightcap, the fire pit will be on. We'll go get that turned on again. The conversations will be warm, and the goal is simple: end the night with a good time had by all. And finally, mark your calendars. Brian, you can move forward. Mark your calendars. Next year's Aviation Recognition Dinner will be Friday, November 6, 2006. For all of you honorees, Hall of Honor inductees, Excellence and Diversity Award winners, future, past, former, you all get complimentary registration to this event for life. So we better see every one of you and a guest. I should say that. So, you and a guest. You get to come back for life, and we pick up the bill. So Friday, November 6th, 2026, same great event, same great people, just more time for me to come up with some better jokes. But anyway, safe travels home, everybody. May your future flights, whether in the air or life, always have clear skies and smooth landings. Thank you. Have a great night, and we will see you next year.